Time to do some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Hope I get away with it. Oh, the doo-dah day.
Hello, folks. I'm Dan Hollifield, and welcome to Last Man Standing. If you missed Stupid O'Clock tonight, catch up. That's all I can say. It was a very mixed bag of hilarity and double entendre. So, not much different than the green room or this show, but there were probably a wider range of topics than we will be able to come up with in this length of time. With me tonight, I've got Aunt Donna, who is busy, and Richie, who is also busy, but everybody is kind of looking at the camera going, he said my name. So we're doing good. We also heard from Chris there at the last few minutes of Stupid O'Clock. He is on his usual drive home from work at this time, so everything will be fine as long as he stays safe. We hope that he does because everybody loves Chris, especially the ladies.
Mm-hmm.
This is why the cult of Chris is so very important. Donna may be with us in a little bit too because she had a domestic emergency she had to go see to involving one of the cats, if not several of the cats. So let me. Oh, I'm not even tuned into the comments yet. Here we go. Oh, that's Aunt Donna going. Hi, I'm here. And all your fans are going wild. 72,000 people watching, and all of them are interested in Donna. Carl's going to be so jealous.
No.
Nope. He knows which side of the bed his butter is on, huh?
That too. No, they should have been on Stupid O'Clock watching Donna and myself eating ice cream.
They probably were.
in our ice cream shirts.
Well, nobody spilled anything, so
That's all you know.
nobody spilled anything accidentally.
That's all you know.
Mm. Now, I have it on good authority that Rob from the Wacky World Lounge has subscribed to this, so somehow I feel like it's incumbent upon me to be entertaining for a change. Don't know how I'm supposed to manage that. Um, all I can ever be is me.
Oh, good. I thought you were going to tell us we have to behave.
Where's the fun in that?
You know me, I'd rather be good than behave.
Hmm. Having experienced you being good, I would agree. Ain't mis- ain't misbehaving, just having a good time.
Yep. And when I was younger, my mother used when I'd go to leave, my mama would say, "Be good." And one day I made the mistake of saying, "Mama, I'm always good." And the next time I left the house, she told me to behave. Like, nope, too late. Rather be
That
good.
ain't gonna happen. Nope, nope, nope. The training has already been ingrained.
Yeah, when she was in the home, I was running my mouth, and she's like, "Where'd you learn that stuff?" Looked at her and I said, "From the very best, you." She taught me how to double entendre. She taught me how to, pretty much taught me how to flirt. She would, she did all right for a small town girl.
Uh, Mom saw me at an event for my little brother and his wife, and she said, "Where did you learn how to behave like that?" And I go, "Learned it from you, Mama." She
Hmm.
goes, "Oh, yep." Um, there,
Okay,
there,
Don.
there are a lot of things that I have learned from my parents, and all of them have been fun, except for working really hard in order to get ahead. That one's not all that fun, but it turned out to be one of the best lessons I ever learned. Dawn, we will wait for you. I mean, I don't have a copy of it's almost the end of the show, so I'm sorry I can't play that for you as soon as you pop in, but I really ought to transfer that. There's enough room on this thing. Um, mm, I got my personal copy today.
Nice.
Yes, and I'm very proud that let me angle it right. Down at the bottom it says Volume 1, which means I am now committed to writing Volume 2.
Yay.
There's about a third of it done, actually. Um, it's got to be heavily re-edited because there's a lot of telegraphing stuff going on. I need to quit treating it as a first draft and treat it as a third draft. So there's got to be a whole lot more stuff thrown into what's already done, and then go on from there to really tell some more stories. Short ones for just the stuff for the bar, and longer ones for what people seem to like about the first volume. Some of the more in depth of the planet's history and everything that's gone on. Because there's lots and lots and lots of that. Because I've got like 11,000 years of history of this thing plotted out, and I've only covered about 50 years so far in the middle. So,
So there'll also be a volume 3 and 4, right?
well, volume three, oddly enough, the publisher wants that to be stories from the other writers in the shared universe. Some of them I am not able to be in contact with now because it's been a while. Some of them have gotten back in touch with me and they said, count me in. Yes. I don't care if I get paid. Just I want people to read this. And I'm going, well, no, you have to be able to be around in touch where we can get you to sign a contract so you can get paid. Otherwise, it's not legal for us to use your story. As much as I love it, if you don't get in contact with us and sign a contract with the publisher so you can get paid for using your story, I can't use your story, no matter how fantastic it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's just not cricket. It's not gentlemanly behavior. Got to do the right thing by everybody, and bound and determined to do the right thing. Um, there may be brand new writers coming into the shared universe part of the series because my publisher is going to let other folks in other writers in the stable basically know that hey, this is a thing. Read this, read this, read this. If you think this is something you could write a story in, we'd love to see it.
So what's happening, Rich?
Just top off the tank before I have to fast, so that I can get my blood drawn in the morning.
Mm,
And I am also paying attention to the last of the 4 terabyte drive, copying over to the 16 terabyte drive. I copied the 5 terabyte drive last night. So I've got a new 16 terabyte backup.
Doesn't
nice.
that feel wonderful?
Yes. And I'm very impressed. I was not expecting my 16 terabyte drive to come with these.
What is these? Pray tell.
I can
My
take
God,
this
those are
drive
adapters for British Power.
anywhere in the world, not just Britain. But yes, it came with all the international adapters that I know of.
Now,
Wow.
will the transformer handle all of those?
I would hope so. But not like I plan on taking the 16 gig out of country. And then also tonight, as I was going through some more of the boxes trying to get the shelves rearranged, I was talking last week about the biohazard bags that we used to take our lunches and stuff in. Apparently, I still have some. And what's funny is Misty works at an urgent care. So one of these days, I'm tempted to have her just stick her sandwich in one of these and take it to work and just see what everyone does. I love my
No.
wife. She is probably way too vanilla to do that unless it's going to be her very last day.
There is one that I saw. It is normal sandwich size Ziploc baggies, but they are printed in such a way
That
that
looks
it
like they have
looks,
mold.
yep, that looks like the
Mm-hmm.
sandwich has grown mold.
Um, oh, hell. That used to be somethingmonkey.com. Geek Monkey or something like that. Um, I bought a bunch of stuff from there back in the day. I actually had a bunch of Nerf stuff and uh, other low-powered propelled projectiles because one of the technicians I used to work with used to sleep at his desk. He would leave work, he would go to the bar and hang out at the bar with his friend who owned the bar all night long, get like no sleep, and then just during the day just. So I got sick of it. So I bought a bunch of the stuff on one of his days off. I told the rest of the crew where everything is. I'm like, if you catch his ass sleeping, pelt him. And we would. And then the real topper was we had just gotten a new chief operating officer of our office. And he came out to talk to me about something and then looked over at Trevor, and Trevor was dead asleep. And he's like, anyone wakes him up, you're fired. As soon as he wakes up, send him into me. And then he started timing from that point. And as soon as he woke up, we're like, Chris wants to see you the second you wake up. He's like, why didn't anyone wake me? Because we would have been fired.
Uh-huh.
And he was basically told, that's your last time doing that. Catch you again, you're gone. But that always used to piss me off so bad. I'm like, here, I'm an insomniac, and I'm trying to stay awake, and I'm doing a pretty good job of staying awake. But that's also the reason why I had like 15 different cans of energy drinks across the top of my cube. And then also I had a box of Pez because I would just pop that stuff like it's going out of style. No wonder I'm a diabetic. But yeah, so it was a hoot. One of the technicians from the firm actually some of them would cycle down to our satellite office because we were an outsource. One of them would cycle through every so often, and she saw there used to be a can of energy drink from Jones Soda called Whoop Ass. So I would actually have that sitting on top of my cube, and I'm like, if we need to open a can of Whoop Ass, we got it right here.
Mm-hmm.
She saw that, she loved it. I'm like, take it. I can just go to the store and buy another one. It's $2.50. I'm not worried about it. But yeah, those were the days.
Oh, yes.
That was the same company. So my friend Buddy worked on the other side. Buddy now works for the firm with me now, but he used to work for a different desk called R. Donnelly. Buddy forgot to lock his computer one day.
Uh-oh.
Our manager was a prankster. So he went in and he changed the host file on Buddy's computer so that no matter what website he tried to go to, it would take him to brianmark.com. Brian Mark was a gay porn star back in those days.
Uh-oh.
The manager forgot all about it and left work. Buddy did not have to hit the internet for anything until about 2-3 hours after that manager left work. For R.R. Donnelly, every second the presses were down, R.R. Donnelly was losing tens of thousands of dollars. Call comes in. Buddy has to hit the internet to try to work on this call, and he can't because everything he goes to is gay porn. Buddy literally jumped over the cubicle wall into the next cube, logged into the computer there to try to take care of the issue. Now, Buddy's just a hair taller than Joe Dog. So the cubicle wall was like up to Buddy's chin or neck, that range. And Buddy just leapt over that like a spider monkey. And then after the call was done, he figured out what was going on. And the first words out of his mouth was, "Did Rob come near my computer?" I didn't see him do it, but I can't tell you that he didn't. Rob was the king of cubicle pranks. Another thing that he did another time is Buddy had remembered to lock his computer, everything at that point in time, but Rob took clear packing tape and taped off the cube so that it was like a bird hitting a clean window. Because, of course, Buddy's not paying attention. He's talking to someone over his shoulder, and all of a sudden, it's like, what the hell? One of Rob's favorite things to do, Rob is Puerto Rican. I should say Rob is Puerto Rican. It's not like he stopped being Puerto Rican.
It's not like he can retire.
But, it's... he'd call me into his office, and then I'd walk into his office. He'd look at me, and then he'd put a bottle of whiteout on the corner of his desk and look at the bottle, and then look back up at me, look at the bottle. I mean, Jesus Christ, and just walk right back out. The funny thing is, Rob is paler than I am. Rob with a suntan is paler than me not seeing the sun in 3 months. I really enjoyed working with that group. We were idiots. We had a foosball table.
At work?
At work. And if calls were slow, we were allowed to go in and play foosball.
That's why they invented headsets, so that you could take a call while playing foosball.
A couple of the folks on overnights when calls weren't coming in would disassemble the cubes and create mini putt-putt golf courses and play miniature golf.
How do you do that and then reassemble them when you're done?
It was really simple construction stuff that it's really easy to put everything back together. And it was basically the IKEA of a cubicle farm.
Last time I had to disassemble what is now former cubicle farm, it took 3 different size wrenches and a crowbar to break down a single cubicle.
Everything was snap apart.
Oh, okay.
Slip on, snap apart. Yeah, it's like I said, it's like the IKEA furniture of a cubicle farm. Many people aren't aware that the United States Army has its own first-person shooter called America's Army that they used as a recruiting tool. We used to play that at work on slow nights. We would go to machines that weren't the ones we were currently logged into for work, play them there so that if we got a call, we didn't have to worry about trying to switch back and forth between a game and everything else.
Oh, I watched a not an official history video, but it was textbook history about the formation of the official first U.S. Navy and Marine Corps. And it was the U.S. Navy was originally created by Thomas Jefferson in order to fight pirates, the Barbary Coast pirates in
Makes
particular.
sense.
And one of the first battles that the U.S. Navy and Marine Corps got into, it was a Navy captain and 8 Marines beat the crap out of 50 to 150 Barbary pirates, took their ship, turned it into a U.S. Navy warship, and then went back to recruit some Greek mercenaries and a fellow who was exiled to Egypt, who was the rightful ruler of one of the Barbary Coast states, to overthrow his brother, which indirectly led to the classic lines in the Marine Corps hymn, from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, because that's where they wound up going. The Marines had been increased from 8 to 80 by that period. And I'm going, dude, I don't care who your airbus is, but you done fucked up. They done called the Marine. They done created the Marines to deal with you. You are so done. And as history is my witness, that's exactly what happened.
That is such an American thing to do. Granted, it was America that did it, but I mean that. Yeah. Oh, we got pirates. You know what? Yeah. Let's do this.
Mm-hmm. Built an entire fleet that some people did not want to send out because it was manifestly cheaper to pay off the pirates short term than to actually go kick their butt. But then, as anybody knows, once you start paying the Dane Guild does not get smaller every year.
Well, you know, we did end up paying the pirates just in 10-pounders.
Mm-hmm. And the cut and thrust of diplomatic debate
Pun intended.
was a little bit more bloody than the politicians would have been happy with, but let's just say several points got taken across, usually a throat, and the pirates finally signed treaties going, we ain't messing with y'all no more. No. That was a really strange time in history. The first Barbary pirate nation that was approached by a diplomat. They go, wait a minute, you just turned away the entire British Army and Navy and declared yourselves your own country. Is that what you're telling me? I go, yeah, that's exactly what we did. I go, we'd like to sign a peace treaty. And that one stood the test of time. It's
Where'd you go?
way old and still enforced. The other 3 Barbary pirate nations took a little bit of convincing, but once the world realized that this infant country of the United States had gone over and kicked pirate butt, they stopped paying the ransom and started fighting the pirates themselves. And thereafter, not very long thereafter, a 300-year history of piracy from the Mediterranean to the Atlantic um, died a very quiet death. The historians' major takeaway from this was don't mess with the U.S.'s boats. We don't like that.
Yeah.
Don't mess with the U.S.'s stuff, period. We don't like that.
Well, you know, there's stuff and then there's stuff. There are things that we have that deserve to be messed with so that we learn that it's not a good thing to have. And
Yes.
cultures can be changed. And then there's stuff that you mess with and stuff hits the fan. Now, it's very hard to draw the line sometimes, but with the hindsight of history, if if people benefit, then it's good. If people suffer, then maybe we should rethink that particular bit of stuff we want to keep hold of.
If you need to draw a line, just make sure you get the right straight edge. Sorry. Drafting joke.
Yes, I know. Let me guess, the company was called Wright that made that straight edge?
This one, I have no idea. This actually came out of my Christmas present from my in-laws. They actually bought me something that I could actually use this year. They bought me a little art kit that has. Is he in here? He's around here somewhere. A little teeny tiny wooden drawing mannequin and a bunch of different pencils and charcoal sticks and stuff like that. I'm like, they actually thought about what to get me this year. Usually they buy me tools. It's like I don't work on shit.
The little wooden mannequin. That's the one that's posable, so you can do the figure drawing more accurately.
Posable, but yes.
So you can draw Marvel comic figures with it, but not real people.
Kinda. And then I bought a better articulated Dritz Duorden, complete with Guinevere.
This is going to look real good on your resume.
And also complete with Guinevere in its other form. It actually came with the Onyx figurine Guinevere and the actual Panther Guinevere. Normally, it's supposed to go for like $40 or something like that. Was on clearance for $20 a pop. So I went ahead and picked up two. Picked up one for me. Picked up one for Misty. Because Misty loved Dritz Duorden. In fact, actually, Misty's actual engagement gift thing wasn't a ring. It was a limited edition replicas of Twinkle and Icing Death, great swords. And then I just got her little topaz ring because one, she loves topazes, and two, it's her birthstone. So she actually has something that she can show people as far as an engagement present instead of waving around scimitars. Because of course that's no way to base a system of government. Sorry, but so I'm like, hey, they're on sale for half price. Sure, So Misty's like, mine are never being opened. They're staying right here. And as soon as she's saying that, I'm ripping mine open. I'm like, I'm playing with mine.
Yeah, really.
Of course.
I'm never going to sell it. Why do I need to keep it in a package?
I mean, if I do display it, I'm going to get one of those little stands for them and actually have them sitting in my desk so that I can enjoy him instead of having to look at these. So, but I mean, when I first saw them come out a year or two ago, I really wanted to pull the trigger and buy them. But at that point in time, it was pre-sale. They weren't released yet. It's just, hey, coming soon. This, and I'm like, that is cool as all hell. And then I forgot all about him until my D&D group actually posted something about him and that they were on clearance for $20. I'm like, we're at the point right now where, yeah, pull the trigger on that bad boy. In fact, when it arrived Monday, I thought it was actually the drive. Or was it Tuesday? It might have been Tuesday. I thought it was the 16 terabyte drive because I had ordered that before I ordered the Dritz figures. And then Misty's like, Hasbro Pulse? What's that? I'm like, those are the figures I was telling you about. I'm like, I was really impressed. I ordered them Saturday and they were here Tuesday.
Pretty good.
And it wasn't 2-day shipping or anything like that. It was standard shipping. So I'm like, oh, hell yeah.
Now, when Lindsay and I first got engaged, I was looking around for a suitable gift for her, and I ran across this miniature called the Bride's Sword, and I go, "Ooh, that's a nice little samurai sword
From Kill
reproduction."
Bill.
Well, I had not seen Kill Bill at the time.
Ah.
Then I saw Kill Bill. Lindsay has not yet seen Kill Bill. She does not know her cute little samurai sword on the stand that I got her before we got married is an assassin's tool.
Misty has watched
And
Kill
if
Bill
you
1
tell
and
her
2.
that, I will really be upset.
Misty has seen Kill Bill 1 and 2 in their entirety. I have seen scenes from Kill Bill 1 and 2. I have not sat down and watched the entire movies yet.
I actually, one of the first things I did when I was on one of the streaming services it was on, I watched both of them back to back. I burned a little over 4 hours on that, and I'm going, please, sir, can I have some more?
Yeah, Misty watched it on Netflix because she saw it on the Leaving Soon. So she's like, okay, what's this about? And even though it really wasn't her thing, she's like, well, I've watched one. I got to know how it ends.
Yeah. It was okay.
From what I understand, the story is but the choreography for the fight scenes is
Wonderful. Yeah.
Yes.
The fight scenes are really the only reason to watch the movies, in my opinion.
You watch it and you go, there's a plot.
I'm very hit or miss with Tarantino films.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't care who made it. It was excellently done, except for what was David Carradine there for? Oh, he was the plot. Okay, that's why I didn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I love Reservoir Dogs. One of my favorite movies of all time, but a lot of his other stuff is like,
Yeah.
So,
Well, it seems like he keeps working in the same universe, but in different neighborhoods. You feel
Okay,
like it's all connected somehow, but no direct connections.
yeah. Okay, you know, like a week or so ago, Joe Dog was talking about the Kiss movie, Phantom of the Park.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Have you ever seen it or heard about it?
I have
I've
seen
heard
it.
about it. I have not seen it.
Um, Without giving away spoilers, it was a stupid plot. It was a cheesy movie. Kiss were superhumans who had special powers. Each of them had a different power. Gene Simmons was the demon who could breathe fire. All in all, everything I expected it to be and was just wonderfully, wonderfully cheesy and crazy. I recommend it highly if you like cheesy movies.
Well, here's the thing: just because something is cheesy and poorly written doesn't mean it's not fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Exactly.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Duh.
Exactly.
Um,
Shock Treatment, Phantom of the Paradise, um, Plan 9 from Outer Space. Somebody stop me. I could name off the entire reel of low budget 50s movies here.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, Carl didn't want to watch it, but he's like, "Okay, tell me about it." So I'm telling him the so-called plot and what happened, and the fight scene was not bad at all, considering who was doing it. And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you waited a long time to see that movie." And I'm like, "What are you sorry for? It was the best cheesy movie I've seen in a long time. Everything I thought it would be." Sometimes you just want cheesy, you know?
yeah,
oh, oh, uh,
I like going back and watching Attack of the Killer Tomatoes and the sequel that has a very early, very young George Clooney.
mhm.
Is that the sequel that's Attack of the Killer Tomatoes Attack France? Or is it
I think it's
different
There,
one?
Revenge of the
there were
Killer Tomatoes.
about four sequels, as I recall.
Carl has the Killer Tomatoes, and then he has Killer Tomatoes Attack France. Silliest shit I've ever seen.
Puberty love. And I think I actually sang that in key to the movie. Um,
I really enjoy the $1 million man that could run 60 miles an hour in a very tight circle.
Well, that's like after Star Trek Next Gen came out. I was on AOL. I was talking with somebody, and something come up about the original Trek, and he's like, "It was just so cheesy." Wasn't the word? I might as well say cheesy. And I'm like, "Oh, it wasn't supposed to be," because I didn't take Trek as a serious sci-fi show. I was only watching it because I'd fallen in love with Leonard Nimoy on Mission Impossible. And then
Okay.
Trek came on our public show because I didn't see the original run. We didn't have that channel
That was my question. That was my question. When did you get to see it?
in the 70s when I was in high school.
I got to see it.
Campy, that's the word he used.
I got to see it from the very first episode that was ever broadcast.
well, okay,
Same as Lost in Space.
all 60s sci-fi was camp
Mm-hmm.
because they're pulling stuff out of their ass, and it's like,
Yeah.
What are these aliens going to look like? I mean, that's why in a lot of the earlier sci-fi, all the aliens damn near are bipedal, symmetrical, just like people. Maybe some
Mm-hmm.
bumps, maybe some weird shaped head or something like that. Because they didn't have the mind, not the mind. They didn't have the imagination.
They didn't have the budget to do anything.
Exactly, that too.
Yeah.
But as effects get better, as we learn more about what space does to people,
As you do better aliens than Clint Howard. I'm sorry, I love Clint, but
He made a great little midget alien. Yes. How old was he? About 4 at the time.
5 or 6, I thought.
I was gonna say 6 at least. Yeah.
Because I couldn't remember. I heard him talking in an interview about I'm 6 years old and doing that.
I'm doing
Well,
Star
you
Trek.
can see the new two front teeth too.
The thing was, there was a
Hi,
tradition with
Don.
some of the actual serious stuff that wasn't supposed to be camp, but later turned out to be. They would hire actual science fiction writers to do the script treatments. Outer Limits, Twilight Zone, Star Trek, or original series Star Trek. Those were pretty much, a lot of them were written by up and coming sci-fi writers.
Well, yeah. Had the scripts followed the actual stories that, say, James Blythe wrote, because yes, I have all the books, it would not have been so campy.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, let's face it, they hired Shatner. Love Bill, but
James Blish was hired to write the
What?
his stories
Ever do you mean?
from the shooting scripts
mhm.
after the show had already existed. I'm talking Harlan Ellison, Robert Bloch, Ted Sturgeon. I mean, big names.
Yeah, I have all those
Wrote this
books.
stuff.
I
Yeah,
have all those books, but like I say, by the time
yeah, and Blish did a
you,
great job of adapting them and even making some of them better than the actual episodes. He was
many of
a
them,
great writer. He was a great writer.
yes. But yes, I have all the original books from the first 3 seasons. I have the photo books. Oh, I think they managed to do 12 of them before they quit. I'd have to look.
And then there was the making of Star Trek book, and then the David Gerrold book talking specifically about trouble with tribbles and his becoming a professional writer through writing this Star Trek episode, and going on to have great success.
Mm-hmm. I have the blueprints. I know where all the toilets on the original Enterprise are.
I'm old. That's what I look at the blueprints for first. That the swimming pools and the women's locker rooms. No, I didn't say that.
No, so you just go to the oh hell, I can't remember the hell.
No holodeck on the original.
I normally remember what the hell they're called. The where they have the food and stuff appear.
Oh, the replicators?
Replicators. You go to the replicator and just go, hail pale.
This one's got a crack in it.
But that's how the original was.
I know. That tells you it's vintage.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
I still have. Okay, I bought the books. Yes, I'm a book freak. Then people started giving me stuff. Anybody want to buy a 3-dimensional chess set? I don't have the box, but I'll make you a deal. Never been used. Been set out. Needs dusted, but
Check the private chat, Dan.
Oh dear, what did I do now? Oh, sorry, Zach. I didn't hear your ping. Oh, and now we can talk about the prisoner.
Oh, now there was a show I could not get into.
Oh, really? Why? It was so perfectly comprehensible all the way through.
Yeah,
If you're an
like
LSP, maybe.
Well,
what's
it
that
was
big white ball that looks like somebody's running in it?
that was the guard dog. That was called Rover. That was the guard dog to keep prisoners from escaping.
Mm,
Hell, for being
yeah, okay.
chased by a killer weather balloon.
Exactly. And if it liked you, it wouldn't kill you. It would just smother you until you were unconscious and woke up in the hospital. If it didn't like you, you were dead. Rover was
So,
a
I mean,
complex character for a weather balloon.
were there like specific weather balloon treats that you could bribe it with?
No, no, no. Just had to like your spirit of rebelliousness and whether or not you pissed off the people that wouldn't feed it. Because Rover never got fed. It's a wonder
It's a
some of those
weather
escape.
balloon.
It's a wonder some of those escapees did not wind up as Rover Chow. Um,
What do you feed a
seriously,
weather balloon?
whatever the fuck it wants.
If it's a sentient weather balloon and coming after me, I'll figure something out to feed it.
Piss?
So if it was chasing me, okay, it likes my idea of rebellion. So if it's chasing me and I turn around and give it the finger, it's gonna go, "Oh yeah, you're cool. I'm only gonna suffocate you."
No, it's gonna go. I'm going to gently return you to where they want you to be, but we're friends now. We can have long philosophical discussions at the pub.
Well, the thing is, if you're flipping it off, it might take offense to that. If you're flipping the colony off, then it might be like, yeah, we can be friends.
Yeah, really.
Okay. So when you're flipping it off, be sure to go to the angle so it thinks you're flipping them off. Got it.
Yeah, yeah. Don't do the John Big Boutte mistake. Um, I'm crossing the streams tonight, aren't I? This is like 5 different fandoms in a row that we've crossed into this. The next thing you know, I'm going to bring up Forbidden Planet.
This is why I haven't said a damn word because I don't know what the hell is going on.
Welcome to my
Okay.
world,
I'm
dear.
glad I'm not the only one.
So
I'm like, wait a minute. I thought we were talking about Star Trek and now we're talking. And then, what?
it's another show from the '60s called The Prisoner, which was
It was Patrick McGowan, who was not only the lead actor but the producer and sometimes director. I think the episode that pretended to be a Western was one of the best Westerns that was ever on American TV.
so like who was being kept in this place? Ex spies or
Yeah.
Ex-spies from lots
Okay.
of different countries. Anybody that knew too much to be allowed to roam around free, just in case somebody else kidnapped them and tried to get information from them. And the entire purpose of the brainwashing and the continual psychological torture to try and get information from Patrick McGowan was to see whether or not he was safe enough to let go into the real world if he
And
wouldn't break
if
and
I
give away
was
secrets.
right, was he number 1?
He was number 6,
6.
and in a very hallucinatory last couple of episodes, yes, he was number 1. But that
Wait.
was one of That is two episodes that are really difficult to understand without going into like reams of psychology and trying to get inside Patrick McGowan's head, which is a very terrifying place for me to look into.
It was a very weird show, but it was the '60s. Everybody was on LSD.
Yeah.
Especially the people that made this damn show. They
So
must have had 55-gallon drums of the stuff. Just spray it in the air; it'll be all right.
so
Really? It was
To,
only 17 episodes? It seemed like so many more.
Yeah, it was only 17 episodes, and it was filmed in a resort area in Wales, Port Myron, and Port Myron is still there today. It is a cross between a sculpture that people can live in and a very small scale resort that you can visit but you can't move to. The population of people that actually live there is strictly controlled, but visitors can come and go. And there's an awful lot of forced perspective stuff that goes in there, to where you think you're walking up on this magnificent Grecian artwork, and it turns out it's only about 5 feet tall, and the doorways in it are smaller than little people can get in. But as you're walking up, it looks like this tremendous early historical monument, and that the architecture is wonderful. The landscaping is just absolutely fantastic. It's right there on the edge of the sea. It's really beautiful. The climate is just superb for England. It's got a microclimate that makes it really comfortable almost all year round, which is weird for England because most of the time in England it's either raining or it's cold or both.
Mhm. Now back to a reference you made, Dan. Did you say Mr. Buffet or Mr. Bouquet? Because I know who Mr. Bouquet is.
I don't remember
Mr.
saying.
Buffet, wouldn't that be Phoebe's dad?
I don't remember saying either one of those things. So I might have had a momentary uh, drunken verbiage slip.
Okay.
What was the context?
We were talking about the prisoner, and you said something about the appearance of Mr. Bouquet. No, Buffet. Buffet. I think you said Buffet.
I remember talking
I'm
about
like-
Rover.
And I'm like, oh, I know who Mr. Bouquet is. Otherwise
well,
known as Mr. Bucket. But
yeah. No, I remember talking about number 6 also being number 1, but in a really, really weird pair of episodes that ended the show. I remember talking about Rover being the guard dog, the prison's guard dog. I remember talking about the sheer number
okay.
number 2s that showed up in running the place, that McGowan's character basically demolished every single one of them. But one guy came back twice and then wound up
Demolished.
getting really weird. Pretty much mulched. But
Okay.
if I said buffet or bouquet, I'm sorry, I was babbling.
You said buffet because I know because I'm thinking I don't know a buffet, but I do know Mr. Bouquet, whose real name is Bucket.
Well, the entire show was a buffet of absolute weirdness, so that you could take what you understood and enjoy, and then what you didn't understand and didn't enjoy, you could kind of write that off because it wasn't really important. I do remember talking about the episode that pretended to be a western was one of the best westerns that was ever on in the '60s, and I watched all of the '60s westerns because my parents loved that sort of thing.
Uh-oh,
Uh,
got Dongo Boom again.
No, I'm
Evidently,
here. No, I'm here. I technology and I are not getting along tonight. So
I'm
I'm like, okay.
boring her.
Hit it with a hammer.
I turned the camera off because I have to sit in a really weird angle and my back was starting to hurt. So I'm
I
like, yeah,
understand
hell.
that.
So I'm just like, you know what? They can just listen to me tonight. I'll come back on just for a second because I let my hair down just for Dan.
Oh. And
And Zach's going, these old folks.
Why am I here?
Because
to look at Dawn's
love
hair
us.
like the rest of us.
Yes.
Because we're fun.
Now, Lindsay saw you take your hair down at Hallowcon, and she goes, "I see why you like that girl."
Ugh.
She is absolutely jealous of the way your hair falls.
Well, she can have some of it.
She's got her own, thank you, but I quite enjoy the way hers settles, but she can't decide whether she wants to let it be naturally curly, which is a lot of caretaking, or she straightens it, which ultimately damages it and causes her to have little trims to do everything. I heard another ping. Oh, we got a Chris. Uh, okay, consecutive squeeze or simultaneous?
1, 2, 3.
Ah!
Sorry, Chris, had to do it. Your
Hey,
fan
Chris.
Yeah. Hello, how you doing?
Cult of Chris.
club. We're getting by. We've been talking about lots of weird sci-fi programs. Actually, we touched on a lot of things.
Actually, I was listening in earlier till I tried to log on and I missed the last few things, but I do want to give mention to the Kiss movie. Anthony Zerbe was the antagonist
guy.
in the movie.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That reminds me. The lead singer for Kiss, Gene Simmons. He
Mhm.
was actually the villain in the Tom Selleck Maniac
Runaway.
robot movie, Runaway. Yes.
Mhm.
And he made a damn fine villain.
Yes, he does.
And Gene is the sometimes lead singer. The main lead singer, Paul Stanley, was the star child. Gene was the demon.
He
Ace
mostly
Frehley was
growled.
Space Ace. Ace Frehley was Space Ace, and Peter Criss was the Catman.
But that
And
was
Zach's
just,
confused.
yeah, that was just so dang cute how they had each one had their specific little
Mm-hmm.
superpowers. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you think about David Bowie, that was so many different characters in the same body. Um,
And that was just
So many
his
different
singing.
characters in the same
that
song.
was just David.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Oh Lord! Oh,
Just that.
That's got to be colorized and made into a slide.
Oh, it will be.
I'm sure it will be.
And put on t-shirts.
Okay, now I heard
Well,
something.
As you
know-
can see, I survived No Shave November.
we know that
And I
this
like
is going
it.
to turn into a shirt. We know that this has to turn into a shirt. The original version of this is going to be turned into a shirt. In fact, actually, the original version is still sitting right over here. I looked up and I saw it just before Dan flashed it in the last show.
Yeah.
I didn't flash it. That was John.
Um,
I was
Somebody
too
flashing.
busy. I was too busy laughing to look up slides. So.
This is going to have to be a shirt.
Oh yes.
Sweet drizzle.
You're going to have your own marketing division before you're through.
I'm going to have to start a merch bar.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you go through Joey's site and get logged in before, it's only going to cost you $5.
Yep. Yeah, and then you could put a link to Teespring where you can have the shirts custom made and ordered.
No, we don't need that one. We really don't need that one.
Yeah.
That one needs an image on the front and the back.
Well, the thing is, this one needs the sweet drizzle ball cap to go with it.
And on that, I'm going to turn my camera off again until I have to
And
make
of course-
facial expressions at you.
We're going to need this one.
That's definitely for the green room.
And I've got a note here somewhere. I got to find it since I cleaned everything up so I could actually install the new desk. And so
Now you can't find a
file
damn
over there. Well, no, I know where it is.
It's in that big pile in the other end of the room.
It's in one of two boxes right over there. Because there was a sign that Dan wanted me to make that I can't remember off the top of my head because I've slept since then.
So have I. I can't remember either. I'm sure it was brilliant if I thought of it.
I think we're probably also going to need a My Sweet Summer Child shirt. And I'm really going to have a talk with that boy.
I'm pretty sure Dan needs one that says, "You interest me strangely."
Mhm.
Oh, we also need a, you know what? I need to write that one down too. We also need to write, we need to make a, don't threaten me with a good time. Really, I'm going to need to start a merch bar account and start designing this shit and selling it.
I need to make one that says, I went to the Marinebarium and all I got back was this T-shirt and a hangover.
So are we going to do one for Zach called, no, not that rocket, my other rocket?
No, the head.
No, that one time at church camp.
There we go. That's what he needs.
Or even better, this reminds me of church camp.
Only there's fewer perverts here. Am I right?
Probably.
Okay, Ted's in trouble. He got a new thing over the weekend, a new
thing.
easel thing from the phone or whatever you put on here, but
Tripod.
it's not working with my phone, and he already dismantled the old one, so that's why I'm having trouble with that too.
Mm.
So we have this gift from God. It's called our hand.
For 2
Yeah, it's
hours?
got this finger in there.
Unfortunately,
Y'all just-
that finger seems to be a bit stiff.
But the
Y'all
thing
just-
is, according to Catholicism, if you use that hand, you're going to hell.
Okay, so how about this hand?
I've already punched that card.
Yeah,
He went
did
to
that
church
at church
camp.
camp.
He went to church camp. He's already going.
Oh, you've already shaken hands with the Pope.
I got a Groupon.
There's a Groupon. Are you okay, Don? No,
The-
Donna, new keyboard.
I do not want to think about the image that particular phrase popped into my head right then.
I
It
was
had a
gonna say,
lot to do with Caligula, but
oh my.
Well, I
Yeah,
was
there's
listening to
a whole
driving and
new
crying.
meaning.
Does that qualify me?
No.
You did what?
We missed what you said, Chris. Repeat.
I said I've listened to Driving and Crying. Does that make me?
You going straight to hell. Yeah.
Yep, they have a song literally called that.
Just like my mama said.
Yep.
Mama
They,
said
they have a
TSA.
TSA pre-check.
But there's
option. Hell
there's
pre-check.
another shirt for you, Rich. I had a Groupon.
Or Groupon for that.
Chris, you
I used the
missed.
Groupon to be here.
Oh my!
Oh dear. There was an old Star Trek that joke that went, groupies, what planet are they from?
And Shatner said, and let's go ahead straight there.
Really? Warp Vector 10, Mr. Zulu. Oh my.
So Chris, you missed Don and I eating ice cream on Stupid O'Clock in our ice cream shirts.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't worry, it's available on
I had to
refund.
move there. I mean, what do you guys want to see? The hair or the ice cream shirt? I don't know half the time.
I'm happy. There's a discreet mix. I mean, seriously.
There you go.
Damn happy.
Some
Man,
people's
it's
children.
Well, shoot,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
showing off. Oh, never mind.
Hey, Don, while I'm thinking about it,
I need a shorter name thing here.
Hey, if that made you think about it, I'm proud
I'm
of you,
scared to know
son.
what I'm scared.
no, this made me think about what I'm about to ask Dawn. Can you get me close-up shot of the George's collar where the buckle joins the chainmail so that I could figure out how to join this so I can finally get these to you?
Yes, I can do that. I will not do that now because technology hates me, but I'll get that done tomorrow.
Awesome.
I'll even put it in my planner.
Put it in your tanner.
Planner.
Oh, hey,
She's got a pocket full of kryptonite. Don't mess with her.
Mhm.
look what I found, Dan.
You're muted. Oh shit!
The sign guy is my shtick, isn't it?
Mhm.
You're
It works.
There's your shirt. I'm the sign guy.
I could just
Here's your
see
sign.
that.
I've got a sign for that.
Really. Give me a
I
minute.
could
I'll
see
draw a
Nick
sign
Tucker
for you.
using that. I could see Nick Tucker using that, Rich.
Which,
The microphone and the sword across it.
oh no, that was just a. It wasn't a sword across it. It was.
That's
the
what it
night-
looked like to me.
It was
It's
the
like-
night that Dan's microphone wasn't working, so we were trying to tell him that.
You're muted. You're
Yeah.
muted.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't trying to be. It's just I had Don's internet, so technology hated me.
Mhm.
Actually, I think I borrowed the internet from Bill that night.
Oh, Lord.
And when I say borrowed, I mean stole.
Yeah, you poor bastard.
No, you just came on the show when you
I'll
started.
have you know my parents were formally introduced at least once.
You just were talking and you were giving your little monologue and just going along, but you were muted, and we kept trying to break your concentration, and finally you went. Oh, there's something going on in the chat.
Mhm.
So many remarks come to mind that I can't say in this.
Go
video.
ahead.
No, we're being recorded.
Remember them for tomorrow night. Take
Ain't
notes.
no way. I will sleep between now and then.
Take notes.
Thankfully, my memory has a way of deleting embarrassing moments from my life while I sleep. Only from my memory, not from everybody else's. Damn it.
Type it in private. Yeah. Type it in private.
There's other ways of getting around that, yeah. Zach is going, how did I get in with this group?
You're
Yeah, the group on.
intelligent and you're bored. We have a winner.
I need something to rest my mind after that article. That I said I'm going to take 20 minutes and do one more article for the evening. 2.5 hours later.
Yeah.
Is the crystal ball actually working now, Dawn?
Fucking no on it. Sorry.
Release the flying monkeys.
Found it. It actually was already on my desk. The sign I need to make for Dan is they keep giving me straight lines.
I need that on a t-shirt really badly. They keep giving me really bad straight lines.
So what did I miss when I was gone? Because that apparently was my internet saying "fuck you" this time.
We found out why Zach is with us.
Why are you
Yeah,
with us,
group on.
Zach?
Because
Nobody
he's
said he got-
intelligent and bored. Evidently, we attract smart people who are
Have
in
nothing
dire
better
need
to
of
do.
amusement.
And how the hell did I get in here?
Well, I don't have a new episode of The Traitors to watch tonight. I have to wait a few more days, so I figure I'd stay here.
That explains it.
When's the next Doctor Who come out?
Saturday, tomorrow, or day after tomorrow.
For some of you.
Good thing we don't have a show on Sunday.
No, it comes on Saturday and it's streaming on Disney Plus live at the same time it's being broadcast in England.
Which
About
means it comes out around
1,
noon,
maybe
1
2
o'clock.
in the afternoon,
Oh,
Eastern time.
okay.
I have made arrangements with my pirate friend to look up the BBC versions that I can download and add to the Doctor Who collection so I can keep it up to date.
Hey, Rich, I
Are
don't
they a
think
Barbary pirate? Sorry.
Nope, Kentucky.
I don't think Dawn saw the COC shirt sign.
Yes, she did.
I did, but I'll look at it again.
She saw
Okay.
it originally when I first made it.
Okay. I think she was having one of her internet issues when you showed it. When I appeared.
So now that No Shave November is over, are you shaving, Chris?
Probably at some point.
Oh.
I don't know
At some
exactly when.
So actually, what I need
So-
to arrange at Hallowcon is someone wearing this shirt,
Julius.
while right next to them, someone is wearing this shirt.
We could put that in Carl, and we could have Julius wearing the cock shirt.
And then I'll walk up behind. I have a Groupon for that.
And then also someone needs to be having this shirt on at the same time.
Here's the thing: I could get just that printed on something and put it on my taco shirt that I had this year.
Yeah.
So, back to my original question.
Derail.
Montana.
It's
You mean-
what?
You mean
I
I'm not,
can't grow.
you mean I'm not going to get to run my fingers over that nice little chin hair?
Yeah, but you're married, and Chris would like to be one day. So
Hey Donna, what are you doing this weekend? Want to
Well,
make a
she's
trip to,
just
to
rubbing
Georgia?
my face.
Just rubbing his head a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not going there. I'm
Rich
definitely
man.
not
saying
even
a
in the green
word.
room am I going there. You lucky bastard.
What
I
we
love
going to
it,
do
Chris,
this
but not
weekend?
that way. I ain't going there either.
Driving and crying.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going straight.
And enjoying every mile.
Mhm.
Not saying the rest of what just came into my head. No.
chicken shit.
Yup.
Diplomatic is the word that I would prefer to use, but chicken
Chicken
shit is
shit's funner to
probably
say.
accurate.
Potato. Yeah.
Let's just say I'm not putting one foot in front of the other on that comment.
I
Yeah.
prefer the term courageously advancing towards the rear.
Yeah, that's what she said.
We're attacking from the opposite side of the earth.
Especially if it's Misty's rear.
Yep.
Whoa.
Just make sure you have the. Never mind. I'm not gonna go.
Never mind.
This is not the green room.
No, but
That's why I stopped.
yeah, I know we have so much trouble differentiating sometimes because it's one of the core membership groups here.
Make sure you're not using that one Lego device that was posted. I believe it was on. I don't remember if it was Uncle Carl's Stupid Humor Group
Yes.
or Stupid O'Clock.
That butt plug thingy.
What are you building out of Lego now?
A butt
We
plug.
didn't build a damn thing, and I did not show Ted
I,
yet.
You
I
cannot
built
build
it.
one of those out of Lego; they come apart. You want to wind up in the emergency room? I mean,
Yeah.
the head comes off.
Was it
I-
a show one time called Sex Sent Me to the ER or something? That would probably be one of those an episode for
Yeah.
that.
I think the post said, and you thought stepping on one hurt.
Yeah. I
Well,
think it was supposed to be a Star Wars vehicle, but it not what it,
Oh, I did see this. Yes.
Mm.
yeah, it was a
I don't
humor group.
Apparently, the escape pod launched out of the wrong orifice.
If it was escaping, no, it probably came out of the right one.
If I
No,
find
it was
any-
If it was trying to invade, it might have been in the wrong one.
if
But
I find any of those in the Dork Cave, I'm gonna really be scared.
Go for orbital insertion.
Does the head pop
Um,
off of that one too, Zach?
I think there was
The
actually a
head's
mission
back
like
on
that
it.
back in the 70s. Wasn't there a husband and a wife team that wound up being left alone on one of the early space stations?
There's only been one couple ever, and they have sworn to secrecy that they did not try. Apparently involves a lot of straps. Otherwise, you just float.
And that's different
And
from
that's the unusual and
How?
what way?
Well,
It's
I
been
mean,
so
just
long, I
imagine
forget
you're
who gets
minding your
tied up.
business, looking out the cupola, and then you get a bump behind you, and you turn around. What are you doing?
Tango.
Why are you scrubbing the porthole? Nope, not talking about
No.
it. Did,
Any
did
porthole in a
did-
storm, yes.
Did someone do a blowfish here? Nope. Wrong orifice. Nope.
Blow rock.
Must scrub everything. Must clean everything.
now I have to bring up a point. They swore secrecy to talking about trying it.
Well, they're not talking about any of it. They've apparently told each other that they are not allowed to talk about anything that could or could not have happened.
Okay, so
That pretty much confirms everything we imagine and more.
Oh, trust me, everyone's asked them.
I was
I
going to
don't
say
have
there
to
is
ask them,
there
I
is a
can
difference
imagine.
between trying and doing.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what high school is all about.
It just shit out of me. I was in
The difference
college.
between high school and college.
Y'all's high school and college are very different than Canadian ones.
Just big
Didn't
difference
even
between.
try in high school.
Here's the thing: I was an adult returning to high school, to college. I was a kid in high school, so by the time I was in high school, I had already, goddamn. By the time I was in
Rewind.
college,
There you go.
yeah, I'm having issues tonight. By the time I was in college, I had already experienced some adult type of things.
Mhm.
Mm.
And she's only drinking water, folks.
I know, and I swear it's water. Because if it's anything else,
I had
Yeah,
to
well,
switch high
We don't know
schools.
what was in that cherry
Ice
cold ice cream.
the
Sure.
cherry cordial ice cream.
Hard
Yeah.
ice cream.
Mm.
I had to
Eh.
switch.
We have another contestant on the. Oh, do you really want to say that here? Um,
Hey,
Hello,
Joe
Joe.
Oh,
again.
he's back.
Hey, Joe.
If you've been listening, I apologize. We meant well.
We never mean well. We just are well.
We thought
Yeah,
we did rather well.
I
my
think
health
so
may be
too.
well, but I don't mean anything.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
And
Yeah.
So
No,
apparently, StreamYard has an app now.
An app?
For the phones?
Like an app?
Well, it's still in beta. Yeah, it's still in
Well,
beta, but that's what I'm
I hope they
actually
get that
looking through
shit
right
figured
now.
out.
About damn time.
I hope they get that shit figured out.
yeah, well.
They haven't got this
Don't hold
shit
your
figured
breath.
out.
I just
They
wish
think-
them and Facebook could come to an agreement because
It really and stop
Nita,
screwing each other up. Yeah, Nita and
Oh,
Heather got
Heather got
really messed up last night.
hosed.
That was bad last night. That was sad.
I could not figure out how to get in the channel where everybody else was. I was on Nita's Facebook and the YouTube, and I was still alone and seeing everybody else's comments on apparently Heather's Facebook. And I'm going, why do I never get invited to that hot tub party?
Yeah.
Well, do they have an on-screen chat option?
Apparently several, and I picked the wrong one every time.
Yeah.
No, like on like this stream. So like no matter where you're watching, you would see like basically the chat that we can see on the back end. Some
Mhm.
other systems let you put on screen.
Nope.
Sometimes
was-
Facebook and StreamYard are not jiving, and
Facebook's not friends with anyone. That's why I can't get Canadian news on it anymore.
I think you can do it, but you still have to bring in a third-party app to do it.
When Heather was by herself on Facebook, you could see where comments from wherever they were, whether it was YouTube, Facebook, whatever.
yeah.
But and I usually go to YouTube for everything because I don't want people to know that I
Mhm.
might still be up.
Yeah.
I think that's my thing. I prefer YouTube as well.
Well, I did YouTube one week, and everybody was on Facebook. So I did Facebook this time, and everybody was on either another Facebook channel or YouTube. And
That's
I'm
what's
going,
going to happen next week.
make up your mind. So I started up a second computer, got on YouTube. Nobody was there.
Well, the
Next week
bad
you'll all be in
part
Discord.
is for what they're wanting, for what they're trying to do with having people promote their links and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
is they pretty much have to do it through Facebook at that point.
Mhm.
Unless they can figure out a way to kill off any and all moderation that YouTube is going to do. Because unless you have, on pretty much any channel, unless you have a little wrench, if you so much like on this channel, I don't have a
Anything
wrench.
Look like a URL.
You don't even have to
bring
make it look like a URL. If I so much as mention, hey, my website is the independent creator directory, I'll see it show up in the chat. But if you look at StreamYard, it never pops in here. YouTube just eats it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you so much as mention a website name, like not even the URL, you mention, hey, you might want to look at this external site, it won't fucking post the comment StreamYard. YouTube just eats it.
They don't like competition.
Yeah. That's why Nita has everybody DM her the links and then she puts it in on YouTube.
Yeah.
What was funny is that I did DM her, but she was putting ones that were from like a month or two ago. I'm like, no,
2
I just
weeks
sent you
ago.
one new one.
Yeah.
No, I just sent you one new one tonight.
I remember she figured out, oh, these are links from 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Carissa's was done, but people can still go on there and see what she was doing. And
Mm-hmm.
oh Lord,
Yeah.
Yes,
You're right.
my child.
Mhm.
So, well, the good news is we got Buddy's eye meds in.
Oh,
Before,
good.
yeah. His
That's good.
allergies were bad today.
Oh, I found Callie.
Or where was he at?
Evidently in my office. Because I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh, there you are, as he walks out.
All right, going down the hall.
No, I never
Chris is
looked
not.
around.
Chris is not here, so eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Who's in charge? Okay, Chris, you're in charge.
Had to pop back in right then and there, didn't you, Chris?
The
Does this mean that, Dan, are you keeping your earphones on?
Further deponent saith not.
You should.
I
You
had
never know what
Chicken.
one's gonna
Chicken.
say.
Chicken.
Didn't I already say something else with chicken shit tonight?
Probably.
No, I don't think that somebody could have took up any more lanes going past. That was awesome.
So, what was
Fast
there?
and Furious 9,362 I-90 drift.
Yeah.
So, what was their excuse for taking so long, Joe?
They didn't want to drive down a mile to the next patch. They were waiting for the next lane closure, which I don't blame them, but it also would have been nice for them to, tell me.
Come on, Bubba.
Yeah, this contractor is horrible with communication.
Communication? What's that? That seems like a big C word.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got a big C word for these idiots.
Yep.
Not a brain cell
Right.
And it ends in sucker.
Oh, yeah. At least they are doing the smart thing because we do have rain coming in tonight, and it's been just barely drizzling most
But
of
has
the
it been
night.
sweet drizzling?
No, there is nothing sweet about this drizzle.
The sweet drizzle's staying in the truck tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now that he has all the patches marked out, yes, he is. I am back with the workers. Got the mobile barricade up ahead of me, 2 other trucks behind me. I ain't sitting out to where I can easily get hit tonight.
Here's a sweet baby.
I see it.
And the kitty cat, too.
Yeah.
He's hiding behind your name, Chris. I can't see him. I see an ear.
I don't know if I
I
can.
know. I was trying to raise
Oh.
his head, but he's.
I can flip it. Nice.
Oh, it looks like there's a little drizzle coming out.
Mm.
All I have to say
About that.
is it's rain.
It's been raining here for a couple hours now.
You want to send some of that precipitation here?
Oh,
Ah, you made me look, Don. It's raining here.
made you look. Oh, you should have seen Skunk and Hyundai tonight.
So
That was
cute.
funny.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Bubba.
One way, she'd turn around, tail right back across the face.
All right, I'm ready for my martini.
We're just watching Chris pet a pussy.
Suddenly, my show turned into OnlyFans.
Suddenly?
Well, Stupid O'Clock was only cats, and now it's only fans. So
Only drizzle.
Sweet drizzle.
He's purring.
Aww.
Yeah,
Down.
A video I'll post later. I have a video of Hobo. They were downstairs, laying down on the couch downstairs, and he laid back, just laying on top of her, and he is out. But he is purring and snoring.
I didn't know they could do that at the same time.
Yeah, they can. I have one that does that
There
too.
he does that, yeah.
Two different mechanisms. Good grief. Will wonders never cease.
See you, boy.
And people say there is no God.
God
They
has
don't
four
own a
legs
cat.
and paws.
Yep. And sometimes they lets us think we rule. And there's other times when they show us otherwise.
It took them centuries for them to domesticate us.
Dogs have owners, cats have staff.
Exactly.
Yep.
Oh my god, you guys should have seen. No, I love going to Furball. That's the second time I've been there. 400 cats in this sanctuary. And it's cage free. So they're all just hanging out.
They wouldn't let me in there.
Yeah, they would.
No, they wouldn't.
Why?
Because 5 seconds after I enter, I could sit down on the floor and I would be smothered in cats.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got to pet Isabel. They have a ringtail, which is what Buddy is. Her tail goes in a circle. And Isabel's a ringtail. And she's not adoptable as of yet because they get a lot of feral cats. And I was sitting there petting her and they're like, oh my gosh. I'm like, Isabel, let me pet her. They said that's the longest that she's let people pet some person that they know of pet her. So I'm like, she probably figured it out. Most of them are feral from feral colonies, so they actually get along with cats better than people anyway.
So
They know their kind.
I'm from a feral colony then.
They know
Yes.
their kind.
So Dan's always covered with pussy.
So far.
Wild pussy at that.
Yeah.
Feral.
That is-
super.
That his
That's the
wife
best kind.
brings to
That's
him.
the best kind. They come out of the woods and go, hello, sailor.
Come on, super. You come see me. Come on. Well, get up here. Oh,
Don't wanna. I got my head down.
he's like, well, I was getting used to this and I kind of liking it.
Mm-hmm.
My sister has to come along and fuck things up.
Come on. Get up here. Well, come on.
You're making me look bad on camera. Hurry up, jump, cat.
Don't rub up against my laptop top backpack. Come on. Get up here. You knew it. Come on. What are you getting into, boy?
Everything.
Anything you ain't looking at.
Yeah, I was comfortable and you made me move, so I'm getting into everything.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, is this a chili dog? You didn't want that for lunch, did you?
Get up here. Come on. Come on. Whoa. You're so pathetic.
Yeah. I can't jump that high.
Come on, Dad, get me.
Shit, she can jump higher than he can.
She can
No,
jump
I
higher
can't,
than you are.
Oh, Dad.
And
I
the
thought
bad
you
part
meant-
is, he's a climber. And anybody that has a cat, if they get a climber, they know. Oh, God. What?
Yes.
Well, how many
We
trees
had
they got for him?
we had one I actually named Hillary after Sir Edmund Hillary because
Mhm.
when she was only about a week old, she figured out Oh, the cat gate. It has things I can hook my claws into. I can
Mhm.
climb this, and
Mhm.
not only a week old. Right on up over and gone down the hallway, and
Oh,
I'm going to be cleaning the cat shit up from behind the couch for the next 6 years.
Oh,
Um,
Oh.
oh,
see, it wasn't that bad.
it was horrible, Dad. It was horrible.
In high school,
It wasn't her idea.
Well,
we
yeah,
had
that's every
a
cat thing.
Doberman named Nancy that would always run. And we were told the easiest way to get the dog to stick around is to breed her and have her have puppies. Yeah, bullshit. Kids around, she wanted to run more. Like, get the hell away from these little fruits. We got to pick,
I think you have inadvertently stumbled upon why men buy boats.
we got to pick a puppy each, and those would be the puppies that we sold last. So that if we were stuck with any puppies, they were puppies we liked.
Mhm.
I didn't realize it. My eldest sister didn't realize it, but we picked the two best puppies of the litter. But within 2 days, 'cause we basically kept the puppies in a little kiddie pool downstairs in the living room to try to keep them corralled. Within 2 days, their eyes aren't even open yet. I had taught the puppy I decided to keep, Minerva, how to get out. Because she was named after, of course, the Roman goddess of wisdom and war.
Mhm.
But it was funny. Zeus, it was the second puppy that was born. The reason that we're aware of this is because he's the only red dobe of the litter. He was also the runt of the litter.
Get out of there.
There were 7 puppies trying to fight one puppy to get at Zeus. The puppy that stood in their way, fighting off 7 other puppies, was Minerva.
So they knew they were the chosen ones.
Well, here's the thing. Well, it's the one that my sister Sheila decided to pick was originally on the side of the other 7, but got tired of getting his ass kicked, so joined Minerva, so eventually became 6 against 2, trying to get to the 1. But
There's some deep philosophy in there.
the one that Sheila picked, he stood kind of like this, and he just kind of looked like if he was a human, he'd be an Italian bouncer named Bruno. So I just kept calling him Bruno. The lady that bought him gave him this really long, complicated show name because she actually ended up showing him, and he won some ribbons. But at home, she still called him Bruno because it fit.
Mhm. There's a good picture.
No.
No.
Poop on the nose.
Hey, kitty, kitty.
She's a beauty. Mhm.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, it didn't turn out that bad after all. You sure are purring.
We'll discuss this later when you find something in your work boot when you wake up. It could be a cat toy. It could be a hairball. You don't know.
It could be a dead mouse.
Yeah.
Could be all the above.
I think they've got the mouse taken care of.
Daddy, you're a lousy hunter. Here's some lunch for you.
Oh,
You didn't want that chili dog.
what was bad is when we had one that would catch snakes and bring it to the front doorstep.
Oh hell no. Nope. Mm-mm. Those are called
Look
nope ropes for a
what I
reason.
got! I
Misty,
brought it just for
yourself.
you.
Those are called nope ropes for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they just want to cuddle.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, it was a black cat that did that. Like, we're on your side.
Misty might be caving and might allow me and Crow to get a ball python.
Hell no.
Right around the corner. Right around the corner, same building that one of Crow's doctors is in. They have an exotic pet store, and it's Misty parks on that side because the parking's a lot easier for her. She doesn't like backing out into a blind street to try to leave, so she just parks the other side of the building and walks around. As they were walking to the doctor's office, apparently this bearded dragon saw them in the window and ran the length of its cage to smack up against the window to say hi. So afterwards, they went in and Misty actually pet a ball python. She is thinking about maybe letting Crow and I get a ball python.
No.
The only rule is she doesn't have to touch it in any way, shape, and or form. She doesn't have to feed it in any shape, way, or form. I'm like, honey, that's how you get over your fear.
I would take the bearded dragon. I could handle the bearded dragon. No snakes.
I got
No ropes.
a picture around here.
Because she's getting ready to leave. She's getting a little squirmy.
Bye, Sugar.
No, the
harass your brother.
only reason a python will cuddle with you is to
Is to
measure
eat you.
you to see whether or not they are grown well enough to be able to devour you in one sitting.
Or you live in a very cold state and they're just looking to get warm.
No.
Yeah.
No. Wrong.
Somewhere.
I have to agree with Zach on this one.
Yeah. Well, you heard about the story about this woman that was worried because her python wasn't eating or anything like that, but it was sleeping with her.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, she was talking to the vet, and the vet's like, "There's nothing wrong with your python. It's measuring you up to eat you."
I had a friend that had reticulated that, woke up one night to find that it escaped its enclosure and it was wrapped around one of his legs because its heat rock broke. So it escaped to get warm.
Yeah.
And why do you want that in your house?
We just want to cuddle.
Why do you want to pay to have that in your house?
Because some folks ain't got no sense.
Some people need therapy.
Well, I also want to go out and boop a murder kitty in the wild.
Oh, I would boop a murder kitty on. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
I want to go boop a murder bear on the nose. Polar bears are just so cuddly.
Aren't they
They're
though?
so cute.
I'd rather hug a panda than a polar bear.
Somewhere around here, I've got a picture of me with a python around my neck, holding it up.
Why?
There was a camera.
They feel very silky.
I don't care if it's silky, solid gold, squishy. None of it. It can go die.
After it's molded, it'd probably be all right, but they get a little ill when they're about to molt, from what I understand.
They get cranky when they're too big for their skin.
Go turn it into a wallet. More productive.
Anyhow,
A nice pair of high heels.
Okay, now we know what Zach's into.
Wallets and high heels?
No, just snakeskin, high heels. Yep.
usually snakeskin boots. I've not really heard of snakeskin.
High
Pumps.
heels. Yeah.
All the girls in Canada beware.
We can't wear just heels here. You'd be too cold. Boots are heels.
Get out of there.
Snakeskin snowshoes.
Okay, Chris, what happened? I have to hear.
I don't know, but he had to go someplace and fix it. He was yelling at the one cat to get down from somewhere.
That
Can't
happened
control
to
the
so many
kitties,
girls in
huh?
my high school.
As much as you try, you can never control the kitty.
I don't try and control them. I just try and enjoy them.
I swear that boy ain't got no damn sense half the time.
What
Joe
was he
Dog
gonna
do now?
get to?
One day gonna have to have a long talk with that boy.
He tried to crawl into somewhere he really didn't need to be crawling into.
It's a story of my life.
Because there wasn't much room there.
Story of my life.
As long as he yells surprise.
I had a
But did he have to try to go around and pack it or park in the back?
If you can find parking in the back, you may be a lucky boy.
Wait a minute. There's pussies that can park in the back.
It's called the
I
short
wouldn't put it exactly that way.
It was part of the Groupon.
All I was thinking was something about liquor in the front and poker in the back.
Yeah. I've seen that sign before.
Zach's got a Groupon for that.
Yeah, double admission.
This is why I shouldn't be listening to this show while talking to the contractor.
You never know what's gonna come out of our mouths.
The best part is I saw someone
I'm
comment.
so not touching that line.
I saw someone else comment in another server that I'm in, like space server. You can't wait for Zach to have a hot mic moment. It's here recorded. Like you just have to find it.
Hey, give him the link. Give him the link. Good grief. What's he gonna
tell them
hurt?
to find it.
No, because then we'll get monetized.
Oh, only Zach's fans.
How in the world did you get that on your
I basically already have that. It's not that expensive. $4.99 a month gets you behind the scenes.
Of what?
The launch pad?
Yeah, the launch pad. $19.99, and you get invited to member-only meetups of the launch pad. $1,000 a month. I'll fly you out in a year for a launch pad too. You'll even get to see a rocket launch.
Or blow up.
That
Is it one of those
$1,000
behind
a
you?
month, I better be getting more than that.
That's what I was thinking, Chris. I'm more expensive than that.
I ain't cheap, but I can be had.
Well, you gotta build it up. You know, this is
That's
a
what she said.
early bird discount.
I am cheap, and I am also easy.
I'm easy. I'm just not cheap.
$20 is $20.
Take it down slow. with
We don't
that.
take coupons here.
But Groupons, yes.
Only from
Speak
Zach.
for yourself, Dan.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
ain't
we're
cheap,
good.
but I will consider negotiations.
No,
I wonder
negotiated
if groupies can take advantage of Groupons.
Hey Joe,
Yeah, I
let's
use
not
the
forget that
Groupon
right
for-
now you are using you do have a coupon that you're accepting.
I mean, I used a Groupon for 8 people to get locked in a small room. So.
Well, get over here.
Now that's
Last-
kinky.
Last time I did that, I had to figure out where I put my damn lockpick for the handcuffs.
What the heck?
Yeah, there were handcuffs and chains involved in this too.
Was this
See,
in
now
church?
you're talking. Now you're talking somebody's language.
Oh, you
Not
going
mine,
on?
but
What? That was
This
mine.
was for
What?
this was for my business management class too.
Get over here.
I thought it was for church camp. My apologies.
No, we never
Yeah.
used the handcuffs.
no, they
there.
don't. They don't have Groupons for church camp.
Lockpick.
Only straight jackets are involved.
You behave for a little bit.
Yeah.
Rich, what are you showing?
I'm afraid to touch that line.
Lockpick.
What?
A multi-tool and 2 paper clips.
Okay, I saw the paper clips, but I couldn't tell what the other thing was because your picture's like that big.
Multi-tool. Itty bitty.
Yes.
Stainless.
America's
For
answer.
Endless
To,
multicast. You
America's answer to the
Yeah.
Swiss Army knife. And Chris, you negotiate just fine. Oh, Rich, fellow diabetic, I was so bad yesterday.
You were bad tonight too. I saw you with that ice cream.
My birthday was the 28th. My bestie's birthday, April's, was the 29th. We
And
went to
yours
Red
and Carl's
Lobster.
anniversary was your birthday as well, wasn't it?
Exactly.
Mhm.
So her husband joined us, Carl joined us, and we went to Red Lobster. And Lisa,
Red Lobster.
one of the best waitresses ever, I always love when we get her, goes, "Well, are y'all here to celebrate something?" And like, we're triple threat today. Her birthday, my birthday, our anniversary. So we have our meals, and she comes around and says, "Are you going to have that complimentary sundae?" In April, and I say, "Yes." "Do you want caramel or chocolate on that?" "Both."
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever had Red Lobster's complimentary sundae.
Mm-mm.
It comes in a big goblet with about 3 scoops of ice cream,
Mhm.
your sauce, 2 maraschino cherries, which is like the worst thing a diabetic needs.
Mhm.
Because that red dye from making maraschino cherries, yeah,
Red dye number 2.
the blood sugar goes right through the roof.
Mhm.
And yes, I ate that entire thing. In addition to my lobster linguine, baked potato.
That sounds like a glass they used to refer to as the margarita. You get a margarita,
Mhm.
it's like a 32-ounce glass that was kind of, you had 2 cups, a smaller one and a bigger one, and they put all that in it.
Mhm.
That sounds like
Yeah.
I wonder what size that margarita was I had on my 25th birthday. I couldn't finish it.
In 29 days, Misty and I will probably be dining at Red Lobster because that's where we go for our anniversary.
Oh, good.
Oh.
And do
Good.
Which
you
means
have
we will
the
be
app?
terrorizing. Yes and no. I don't currently have it installed because I've got too much crap on my phone, but I've got the rewards thing and stuff like that.
Carl had a dessert reward coming, so he ordered the cheesecake with that, and for some reason they couldn't get it. They couldn't get it to ring up. Couldn't get it to take it. So they comped his cheesecake. So
nice.
so we had 3 free desserts yesterday. Yes, I love our Red Lobster here in town.
For
It's
some
got
reason, our Red Lobster doesn't keep servers well, or at least we're not running into the same server all the time.
mm,
Which means that we terrorize the server every freaking time we go in there.
Mhm.
Working help desk for as long as I have,
Mhm.
I am a big proponent of when I get exceptional service, I talk to the manager and tell the manager what a good job the employee's done. I don't just blow smoke at the employee,
Mhm.
I go
mhm,
higher up. But of course, yeah, at the end of the meal, once everything is great and stuff like that, we're like,
Mhm.
can we please speak to the manager? And the servers are always walking away like, oh God, what did I do wrong? And then, we just, as soon as the manager's walking up like, oh shit. Like, don't worry, nothing bad happened. We've worked service for a long time. We just wanted to say to the manager what a pleasure it's been, what a good server this person is, blah, blah, blah. Because usually you only hear when the bad shit happens.
mhm.
So, you see the server poking around the corner like, what the hell's going on? What are they saying?
Yeah.
And then it's a compliment.
Mhm.
Why am I
Well,
asleep if they're wanting to yell at me? Yeah.
April and I tend to overtip just a little bit because we go to the same restaurants all the time. We've seen the same servers all the time, and we stay there for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And when Carl
Speaking of
comes
two,
along, he gets the bill, and I take the tip. And then we found out Lisa's birthday is this coming Saturday. So she got a really good tip yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Because I gave her a little birthday present too.
Nice.
As you do.
Hey, when you see this, and yeah, we see Lisa, or there's two other gals that when Lisa isn't there that we get, and they're nice enough, but they all just go out of their way. And yeah, okay, I tipped 25% instead of 20. They've earned it. I used to wait. I know what that's like. And
Mm-hmm.
then you get someone like April and I who sit there with free refills for 2 hours while we're chatting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they deserve better than the regular tip just for putting up with us.
Yeah.
Well, that's yeah. I mean, there's certain places that we go that will just say the server's name instead of the restaurant.
Yeah.
You want to go see Alex? Sure.
Let me ask you this, Donna. Was Endless Shrimp still going on?
If not,
They
must not have been because she'd still be there.
Mm-hmm.
No. I go to Red Lobster for lobster.
Mm-hmm.
I think it still was because I think Carl was thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
But he knows when I go to Red Lobster or to El Toro,
Mm-hmm.
I order enough for supper that I could have supper that night.
Mm-hmm.
So he got I think it was the Admiral's Feast so that he could have, and then we both ended up getting 3 meals out of it.
Wow.
Yeah,
See,
because we had it at the restaurant last night for supper, and then finished it off tonight for supper.
Mm.
I don't mind paying $30 for a plate when I can get 3 meals out of it.
No.
Right.
That
You
sounds
doing
like a
good.
bargain to me.
Mhm.
back when Talker still lived up here and we'd have fencing practice, we'd always go out to Denny's afterwards. And we'd come rolling in, anywhere from 6 to 10 deep. And we'd be there basically
Anything
from
6 to 10 deep is good. Okay. Anyways.
right. We'd be there from 8 o'clock until 2 or 3 in the morning. Because we'd
Anywhere
end up,
from 2 to 8 hours.
yeah. And because we'd end up playing D&D.
Mm.
Well, they would always put the new server on our table because they figured if they could survive us, which we were, as far as, friendliness, we were the best table a new server could get because we were understanding, but they also knew that we had the most complicated orders because with, Amanda and Xander, they got the milk allergies.
No dairy, yeah.
Right.
A couple of vegans,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and most of us drank water after the practices, so it was basically, just keep bringing us the big carafes of water, don't feel like you got to fill up each of our glasses. Just bring the pitchers over. We'll, take care of ourselves. And
She said, "Quit giving me straight lines."
The waitress, the waiter or waitress that we would get would always get tipped well.
Mm.
And if they were, if they hit the end of their shift, we'd have them, we'd cash out, tip them, find out who the next person was on, and
start the new tab.
Start up a new tab, and make sure they were tipped well. Well, there was one night, the night that I wasn't up there, my wife was though. They all show up. They, waiter comes over. They place their drink order. And they're sitting and talking. Finally, they're like, "We haven't gotten our drinks yet. Hell, we haven't ordered food yet." So I went to check. Apparently, the guy took their order, went and back, and clocked out and walked out.
Oh shit,
Damn.
that's not
The
good.
drinks were the easiest part. Like, there's a couple people who drink pop. Everybody else is just like, yeah, just bring water. They hadn't even gotten to the complicated part of the orders yet.
Wow.
Well, Rich was talking about Denny's. Boyfriend and I were at a Denny's, and the Denny's we had been to before were okay. Yeah. And we went into this one Denny's out in Kansas City, and the food was excellent. The service was fantastic. Um, left a tip, but when we went up to the register, said need to see the manager, and it was just like you said, Rich. Everybody's going, oh crap, and my boyfriend's like, I've been to a lot of Denny's, and you're not like one of them. You need to have a different name because you are so much better than any other Denny's that I have ever been to. So, we don't.
Well, the two closest Denny's in our area, your best bet after you place your drink order is to just look at them and go, so what are you in stock of? My buddy that I'm working with tonight, last it was early Monday morning, we decided to go grab breakfast at Denny's, and we roll up, and she's like, oh yeah, by the way, we're out of bacon, we're out of tomato, we're out of onion rings, we're out of cheese sticks. We're like, so I can order a moons over my hammy, and that's pretty much it.
I ran into that down in Florida, and my boyfriend and I were on a. It was one of those things where they put you up in a hotel for 3 days. You come out, look at the condos, have a breakfast with them, and then take a tour of the condos, and then that's it, and you're free.
The timeshare thing.
Yeah, and it was a nice hotel, really nice. But the first night we would go down for supper, it was only like 5 o'clock. And I don't remember what he ordered, but I ordered a steak. And the waitress comes back and says, we're out of that. Okay. I don't remember what I ordered the second time. She comes back with the menu. We're out of that. Third time was not the charm. I'm like, okay, what do we have? Because I didn't want what he ordered because it wasn't anything I liked. I think I ended up having like a tuna fish sandwich and chips.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Here's the real kicker that'll get you. We both had 2 cups of coffee, and as she's pouring our second cup, she goes, well, that's the end of the coffee.
Hey, you guys, that's Buddy, by the way, that just came up and is.
Hey, Bubby.
How does Denny's run out of coffee?
Yeah.
Hey, baby.
Bad budgeting.
Incompetent staff.
And yeah.
It's okay.
Well, we made up for it the next day because we went to a buffet,
Lady.
and it was $15 a piece, which this was way back where $50 a piece for a buffet was kind of outlandish.
Mm-hmm.
They had lobster on the buffet. And no limit on the lobster.
Can't eat Bubby.
I was good. I only had 2. My boyfriend had like 4.
Come in here.
Spent the night on the shitter.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We went to a different buffet the next night,
Wrap.
and they had lobster, no limit on the buffet.
Mm-hmm.
And as smart as my boyfriend was,
He did not learn his lesson the first time?
he did not learn his lesson the first time. He ate 5 lobsters, spent the rest of the night on the shitter. Like, okay.
That's why he was a boyfriend.
Mhm.
Back,
I just realized it was
back
10
when I
after
worked
12.
at
Yep.
Oh,
We've
we've gone
hit
over.
Yep.
just a hair, just a hair.
Okay,
I was
Joey,
gonna
say your
call
story
time
first.
when the stories were over, but
Yep.
let me tell a bedtime story. We don't have to leave, but we can't stay broadcasting.
Yeah.
So
What was your story, quick, Joey?
oh, I was when I worked at Staples. I ate at Taco Bell next door
Hmm.
quite often because we only had a half-hour lunch. They ran
Yeah.
out of beef one time,
Wow.
and so they were asking everybody in line. They tell them, we're out of beef, but we're give you a pre-upgraded chicken or steak. Well, at the time, I was in my very broke phase of working at Staples, so I always ordered a cheesy bean and rice burrito.
Hmm.
I placed my order. I'm waiting for it, and the cashier looks at me and she goes, "Oh, we're out of beef. Did you want chicken or steak on that?" I said, "Chicken or steak on what? On your burrito? It's a
Hey.
cheesy bean and rice burrito." Well, yeah. Do you want chicken or steak? Hun, it is a cheesy bean and rice.
There's no beef
Well, right,
on there
but
to have to
do
substitute.
you want chicken or steak? I go, there's no meat to begin with. The only protein's the bean. She goes, oh yeah.
You got free chicken or steak added to that.
no, it wouldn't have been free. I guarantee you, it wouldn't have been free.
Actually, that Taco Bell probably would have because I ate there so much. They knew my order. They'd see me standing in line and would look at me and go, "Are you getting the cheesy fiesta potatoes today?" No, not today. All right. I could be 3 people deep in line. And by the time I got up to order, my food was generally sitting on the counter.
You were one of my favorite customers.
The general manager would give me the employee discount around the holidays, which they
Nice.
had a hell of a discount there. They only had to pay the sales tax.
Ooh.
Wow.
One of the
So
leaders
you
there at
ordered
church
$10
You did
worth
it
of
there,
food, you
Austin.
paid it for 70. You only paid 70 cents.
at work. He eats at Taco Bell, the same Taco Bell every day. As soon as they see him walk in the store, they start prepping his order. As soon as he walks up to the counter, they don't even have to say anything. He hands him the exact change. They hand him his order, and he just walks off.
That happened with me. They had a new cashier. The GM's working the end of the food line, and the cashier goes, "What can I get you?" And the GM just rattles off my order.
Mhm.
And she looks at her, looks back at me. I'm like, that's exactly my order, and this is what the price is going to be. She looks at me. She goes, "You here often?" I said, "Oh, honey, you're going to get to know me pretty well."
We're putting you through college.
Yeah.
That's why I like the taco stand on Millage Avenue.
Is that the
I
one with
can
the
walk
small?
the one with no back parking. I walk in there, they know exactly what I want before I walk up. One of the guys that eventually became manager of the restaurant was one of the people in the sci-fi club. We could, if he was working in the back, he'd come out and talk to me while they were getting my burrito deluxe combo ready. And uh, I didn't ever try and get anything free out of the deal, but being able to walk in and just go hi, and they go, "Here's your food." Be the right thing every time. College was a wonderful time for me. I mean, I had to walk like 4 miles to get there, but I was a teenager. I grew
You
up on
could
a
do it.
farm.
Yeah.
Yeah, walking 4 miles was like, oh, okay, I got to cross the sidewalk. Okay, that's it. Oh, here's your food. Okay, thank you. Here's your money. Okay, thank you. Here's your change. Oh, thank you. And go out and
Yeah.
mm,
Come here.
When I worked at the magic shop, I would call this local pizza place, and I'd be like, "Hey, yeah, it's Rich. Like, are you at home or work?" so they know which way to deliver.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, folks. You don't have to leave. I'm going to have to play the outro, and I'll bring everybody down until I hit the end stream. If you want to stick around, we can stick around. If you want to go home, well, you are home. If you want to log off, I'll try not to be
I'm not
disappointed.
home.
But
I feel like I'm
guys.
at home right now, but I'm not.
you're in your truck. What's the difference?
I think
Seriously.
I'm gonna make like a. I think I'm gonna head out for the night. So.
You're
Okay.
going to make like a
I gotta
hockey
get
team
a-
and split, right?
I got to
No, I
get a
was
blood
gonna
test
say
in the morning.
I'm gonna make like a dick and head.
Uh,
Gonna make like a
Don't.
fetus and head out.
You wanted me to say it, Dan. You. Mhm.
No, I didn't.
You shouldn't have guessed. You should just let it go.
I'll stop giving you straight lines when you stop giving me straight lines.
Like that.
How about I just play with my hair a little bit?
now you've distracted him.
Careful, he'll push the wrong button.
I know Dad doesn't like
Good
the
night,
straight
Gracie.
lines. He likes the curves.
Oh, it'll be the right button. It just won't be the technical button.
Oh, honey, if you got the curves, I got the angles.
Anyway.
Transmission overload. System will shut down. 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 System will shut